Well, sorry everyone for the late start. I forgot to hit the go live button, and I also want to apologize for how long it has been since our last stream. I've been super busy. I moved again, and then we also have iOS 17 coming out shortly, and so of course I've got clients hitting me up for updating their apps. I've got to update my own apps. It's a very busy time of the year. For someone who can't afford to do this full time. That is the goal, though. Eventually, I hope to make enough money on my own apps that I'll be shipping, which hopefully is this one that we're going through now, and doing, this channel and stuff and educational content. So yeah, when work comes along, it all happens at once, and then maybe once every 2 years, I get like 3 months off, something like that. But like I said, the goal is to eventually do this sort of stuff full time, but and then reduce my client work, so that I can do multiple streams a week. We might have up to like 3 or 4 apps running at once. That'd be really, really great. In this case, though, I think you may have noticed that on GitHub for this particular project, I have decided to stop updating it, and I've started working on it off camera. And I'm going to go through some of the changes on here. You are very welcome to still steal the code, but it's going to be much more difficult. You have to sit there and watch all the content in order to be able to do that. So I'll try to make that a little bit more difficult, because I actually want to ship this app and sell it. Get actual customers and stuff. I think my lighting is really off today. I need to, it's about as bright as it goes. I'll be moving again in a couple of weeks, once I find a new place to move to. There's lots of issues and stuff happening around with home life and stuff like that too. So it's not just work that's sort of been holding me back from doing these streams. I think that's kind of it. I also do a weekly stream for Kodeco, but that's like a paid thing. You have to go through their website. And I have written an article for them just recently, and that's also another reason why I haven't been able to do this for a bit. Well, let's just get straight into it, right? So where were we last time? I think last time we were supposed to integrate some caching into the app. Then we just played around with animations and stuff. So over here, let me just make this app a little bit bigger so you can see it clearer. Okay, so this is the dashboard. We remember it wasn't great, but we did get, this screen's pretty cool. I like how this turned out. And I like the font that we're using, the rounded text and stuff. So this is you're setting up the app for sort of first use. And you can go back in there and change the settings anyway. This time around, what I want to do is, we haven't got a whole lot of time because I do have to jump to another stream in about 2 hours, but we'll see how far we get. What I want to do is start integrating SwiftData so that we can cache or save some of the generated horoscopes to the user's iCloud account. And if we save it to their iCloud account, then they can access it from any device, which would be really cool. And then they've got a history of all that. And then this also means what we can do is we can, if we're sharing that information, we'll assign a date to them as well. And so that way we can do a check before we fetch the next horoscope, right? Because I don't want to keep hitting up Chat GPT every single time the user refreshes the page, because that's just going to cost me lots of money, and it's not really useful for the user either, because they just regenerate a new prediction for the day or whatever it is. So that's not that's not how you're supposed to use this sort of app, right? You get one only. So I'll let me take you through what I've done so far on the where is it? Oh yeah, on the star sign info view. Okay, so the star sign info view, we're going to call it something else. I don't know, but at the moment it's just under this button called Zodiac, right? So we tap that, we open this up, and this is the new screen we've got. So I added some particle effects so it looks like a bit of a nebula. And then you can kind of see I've added, this is actually really different to last time, because we had really bad artwork. I think it was something I scribbled in just a drawing app or something. So we actually have the constellation there. I feel like I could do better to make this stand out, maybe do some animations with a line animating between so that it follows around. I don't think I'll do that before release. That'll probably come after. I'll polish it up as much as I can before we do a release, but I think for the most part, I just want to get this done and get it out there. But anyway, so this is what we got so far. I think we can fix up the spacing and stuff here, but if you scroll, you slide, we got this like rotation effect. Yeah. Don't mind the text at the bottom. It's the same for all of them. Except the dates are correct, but the text is not. This is just like an information screen, right? It tells you a little bit about the zodiac. I don't know if there's much more information we need to put in here. So like, should I put, would that be a scrolling behavior or what? Don't know. I also really wanted to try and put some of these symbols, like the neighbor symbol up here, and these can move a bit slower, just so you can see like what's behind and what's ahead. But I mean, those are like little tweaks and stuff that you do at the very end, just before you actually do the shipping. But we'll see. I might write them down in a notepad as we go, and if there's anything, for ideas for later, basically, if we have the time. So as you scroll, you can see that the nebula in the background moves slightly as well, just a little bit. And then the stars got a bit of a parallax effect as well, which I thought was kind of cool. You just swipe between these. You swipe back. I like it. You can see over here in my code that I added some warnings. These are notes that I leave myself when I'm programming. I'm surprised SF Symbols doesn't have signs yet. Yeah, I know, right? So you can get these. These are available. I'm using these ones as part of like the what is it? This thing here. So I don't know if we can type. Yeah, so we got the cancer symbol there. So these are the symbols that I'm using. But yeah, it's weird that you're right. SF Symbols don't have them. I should probably put in a petition for that, because it would be perfect for it. I think that's kind of it. But as I was saying, like at the top here, I left myself some notes. And then what we've got is, like, I wanted to put the current date on the dashboard. That makes sense, right? I want to put moon phases up here as well. I think that'd be really, really cool. Just as like another card of some kind. And then I left some notes here for noise generation, because what I really, really wanted to do was have, like, instead of this particle effect, I wanted to have it so that I could like have actual noise and just different cloud formations and stuff, and I can animate them how I wanted to. This isn't controllable, this animation. I wanted to have something I could control. And then I also looked into doing shaders, because I thought shaders would be great, because then I can pass through values, and then as we scroll I could change the color, like animate the difference between the colors between, each sign would get like a different color associated with them. I really want to do that, but I don't understand shaders at all, and Apple hasn't made it easy to convert the millions of shaders available online to their metal shader version of metal shaders. So I don't know if anyone knows of any like guides on how to do the conversion between them or something like that. I'd love to check those out, because it's something I am interested in for other reasons, not just for iOS development. But I feel like they're so powerful, you could almost build a whole app with them, right? Like the fact that we can just use them in views in SwiftUI now. And I don't think many people take advantage of that, so I would love to be able to do that. The other thing to consider as well is I would like to have like a basic Vision OS version of this as well. I don't know when we'll use it, but it'd be kind of interesting. And I think it'd be worth streaming too, that content, like make a Vision OS version of this app. And then see how we could maybe even potentially like change this UI up so that it looks good on iPad. I don't know, we'll see. I think that's it for the intro of this and what I've done so far. Everything else is pretty much the same. So even this purchases screen and stuff hasn't changed much. I have on Twitter found a couple of other creators, like developers, who have made drop-in pages that you can use as well. I've been thinking I might use one of those so that I don't have to go through and design it. We'll see how we go. And I think Revenue Cat has one now as well. They have like their own designed paywall. You just drop into your app and use. Pretty sure. So Apple's got theirs now, and I mean, this doesn't look great. I'm sure I can customize it further, but eventually. So yeah, today we need to take a look at over on the, where is it? Content view. So we're not using content view, but I left it here because we've got all the Swift data stuff, and I was thinking I could copy this code across and reuse it when I need to. So I'm thinking, I mean, that's a good place to start, but we also need to check. So if we open up, so we got horoscope here, and I just open up daily horoscope view. We need this screen to pull from our storage. And we also need to save these to iCloud as well, so that when they open up it on the iPad, they've got all their settings filled out. So that's something that we need to, maybe the key value store for iCloud, we could do that. We can convert app storage over to that. It might be a good idea. It'd be nice if there was a property wrapper for that though. A cloud storage or something. Oh, that would be really nice. Imagine. Nah. Yeah, that would be great. Okay. So we need to do a check, see if the content exists. So in order to do that, we actually have to, we'll probably have to start with the core data stuff first. Let me see if I can just do a quick search on Google for key value store and see how we can convert these over first, potentially. I don't think we'll get through all of this today, especially with all the talking that I do on stream. If it was just me sitting here, I could probably knock this out in maybe an hour, but 2 hours probably not enough, and I've got to prep for another thing a little bit later. So I'll get through as much as I can. Just doing a search off the desktop, off camera. Okay. Let's see what we got. Have we got any code, anything useful here? So if I go to, I think I can jump into here. We go signing in capabilities. You probably can't read this too well. Sorry about that. iCloud. So we've got this. We want to do key value storage. So I've checked that box. Yeah, I can't make this text bigger. I think I can make it bigger if I go into the accessibility settings for my Mac, but then I'll have to go back into it and change it. So you're not really missing out on much though. So we've got key value storage. I think we need CloudKit as well. We've got some others here. I'm not going to use those. We don't need documents. All right, so let's create a new one, and the new container will be called, what does it say? Xcode will create a new container if the name container doesn't already exist. Add it to your app ID and add the new container to your app's entitlements. So I think it doesn't prefix the iCloud, right? We're going to do that ourselves. And this one is Astro. Let's do a dash Arcana. Excellent. So it'll stay red for a few seconds, and then we'll wait for it to do its thing, and then it should go white. It should. Cool. Okay, there we go. Just had to do a little refresh. All right, I've also been looking at some other designs and stuff too. So if I bring that over here, you should be able to see this. Where have I got my collections? I just want to show you. There's only like 3 in here that I picked. So this is the first one. This is the one we initially modeled the app on. And I think I left a link to this in the other. I think it might be in this one too. For the other streams. So this was awesome, this animation, and that would have been really, really cool to implement, but it would have just taken way too long to do it on camera. And that's why I did this in my own time, because it did take me like half a day to get all this right. I'll go through the code anyway in a second. And then I kind of like this design as well. I have seen a few other apps designed with like this kind of font and like really, really There's parts of this design I like. There's parts that I do not. And then I thought this one was kind of cool. Like, I haven't really seen too many apps that have like these bright colors. And I think that might be due to like usability issues, but I would love to, again, like if anyone knows of any that look like this, that isn't like a game, give me a link or something, like give me a comment. I want to check out some more apps that kind of look like this, because I like this style a lot. But it does feel noisy and very loud, I guess, but I like it. I would use that. Other people might not. So anyway, that's I've just got the 3 there that I've been looking at and trying to get some inspiration from. All right. Okay, so we've set up our iCloud. So I think it's NS Ubiquitous Key Value Store. I don't know if there is a SwiftUI, like a SwiftUI version of this, but let's go into, so I think the best place to start might actually be in the setup, the onboarding stuff, right? So this is where we've got the date and we've got all the other app storage. So we've got the star sign, the tone, and if you remember the tone here, we decided like formal, friendly, chill, obnoxious, and excessive profanity. I think I'm going to reduce these as well, because I've tried experimenting with them a little bit in the last couple of weeks, and I mean, excessive profanity and obnoxious are almost sort of the same. They got the same vibes. I want something that's like overly friendly. It's really, really kind and nice to you. That would be a really good one to have. Friendly isn't friendly enough, is what I'm saying. But we can play around with those later. Okay, so we got the app storage stuff. We still probably need that. And then what we would do is when it changes, we sync it to an iCloud store. I'm going to think about this a little bit more. Because the source of truth needs to be iCloud. Let me see if there's a property wrapper for this. NS Ubiquitous Key Value Store. Property wrapper. Surely, because someone built one for the keychain. So there's got to be. Oh, like a primary school teacher. Wait, what do you mean by that? Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. This is awesome. Okay, cool, thank you. iCloud cloud storage property wrapper. So I've found this. Do you reckon this is something we could use? Help with prototyping. Haven't used it yet. Production apps. Oh, okay. I'll use it. Cloud storage is property wrapper that will save values in iCloud key value storage. These values are persisted across app restarts and will sync between different devices that are signed into the same iCloud account. This property wrapper is similar to app storage and scene storage. 2 new types Apple introduced with iOS 14. The basic API is the same. As for app storage, add cloud storage, some name in front of the property, say though. This is so cool. Okay. Oh, this will make things way easier. Okay, so some caveats. Okay, so key value storage is for discrete values such as preferences, settings, and simple app state, which is exactly what we've got here, because we want to sync this across like different devices. So if someone's got an iPad, a Mac, I will try and get this app shipped on multiple platforms, so we'll see. Use iCloud key value storage for small amounts of data, stocks, weather information. Okay. Every app submitted to the App Store and Mac app so should take advantage of key value storage. Yes. No, I agree. And if you ever think that, so this is some advice, right? If you ever think that you will support more than one device type, because like most people don't have two phones, two iPhones, right? They might have an iPhone, an Android phone or something or whatever, but they won't have two iPhones. if they have another Apple device, it'll be a Mac or it'll be an iPad. If at any point in the future you think that you are going to need to make your app available on a different platform like iPad or the Mac, if you're building for phone now, you want to set this stuff up if you ever think you're going to use it eventually, right? Because you want this stuff to be from the very beginning so that when users do download the newer versions of the apps, they just sync and they just work. You don't have to worry about like migration and stuff like that. So you want to get this in as early as possible, but preferably a version 1.0. Okay. So if we jump to the cloud storage repository and we'll just grab this code. It looks pretty straightforward, right? Like, it's pretty awesome. So if I just grab that and then we come over here and we just jump into up here, we just add a package. Oh, our first dependency. So, oh yeah, we've only got one target. Okay, so we'll add that package in there. And then what I should be able to do is, where are we? So if I go onboarding view, that's the one. So if I change this to cloud storage, I think I need to import those still. Cloud storage. If I just change these, is that it? Like, are we done? Type of expression ambiguous without a type annotation. So it needs it. Oh, well, because the star sign. What is the star sign again? Star sign is, well, it gives us a string, so it should be okay to store that. Let me have a look. So it's got bool int string. It can't use. Okay, so for what should this be used? Yeah, all right, so we might have to check out the code itself. Probably can't do enums. It's okay, we can modify that, right? Cloud storage, how many files we got? Just one. Sync. So we can have a look through this. So we've got a what am I looking for here? Look, even the dates and stuff are here. Cool. Okay, so the change externally in notification. Sends notifications when it changes. I assume observer key change. That's cool. So if that's really cool. So I'm assuming because we've got these set up, it will actually update. So like if I've got the iPad open and I make a change, the phone will pick it up. It'll get a notification that's changed, and then in that view it'll update. We can test that later, but that seems like that's what's going on here. Okay, keep going. Oh, excellent. So we can set an any in the key, remove string, URL, array, dictionary, data. Okay, so how do I change? How do I do this? What do I need to conform my star sign to make this work? What types? Got some issues here. Let's see. Store optional enums, int and string. Oh, look, someone's already created an issue for this. Is there a way to store optional enums? Okay, error, type of expression ambiguous without type annotation. Missing support for arrays. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I might just, so if we use, we use it, do we use it directly? We got the star sign there. Text is the raw value. What we could do is not use the raw value of the enum there. What we got here? The star sign. I really want to use types, but I can set this to string and then everything should work okay. But it just means I'm gonna have to do the conversion. So I've got star sign equals, so that I just set raw value there, right? Like that's what will solve this. That makes sense. But we might get, oh no, we got to build successful. That's good. So I need to go, what I need to do now is go around and find all the app storage and just convert these. Let's just drop this down here and I'll just grab cloud storage. Thank you. It's good to be back. I'm going to try and do this again consistently again next week. Usually I do it the day before, right? Like I do streams yesterday, whatever day that is for you. It's Monday for me, but I figured I've got another stream coming up, like a paid gig, and I'm going to, may as well do this one before that. So yeah, thank you. Okay, so we got, oh, what am I doing? Okay. Every time like I talk, I get distracted and then I just forget what I was up to. Okay. So put the string there. Oh yeah, we did these rushed that day, didn't we? We rushed through these because I want to change these to I want to have these as an enum or something, or a static string somewhere so that I don't mess up the spelling. I'll do that later. Okay, so where we got issues here? So we got get, what is this? Daily horoscope view. Get horoscope 4. So we pass this through the star sign. So in here, pass through the star sign. Does this this converts it to a oh, hold up. Ah, okay. Ooh, okay. So we've got app storage where we're storing. This is funny because we don't actually need this anymore, right? So we've passed through this string. So what we did was, because we're using app storage and you can't use @app storage, you can't use that property wrapper in like your model objects. You have to chat with user defaults directly. But because I'm using the cloud storage now, I can't use the star sign type directly. It doesn't support the enum, so I have to use a string, which means I don't actually have to fetch it from here anymore, because if I just pass through that string, I've got it anyway. So if I just type sign, right, like, for anyone who doesn't know, this is the code that talks to Chat GPT. And this is like the prompt. So I can just pass the star sign through directly. I don't have to look it up. I don't have to pull it from the storage, because I think I can grab this from, let's go show callers. It won't, because it's not compiling, I think. So yeah, what I need to do, pass through. Okay, let's make this bigger so it's easy to see what's going on. Hey, I'm the new guy here. Appreciate you for returning back to doing lives. Also, awesome work. Gonna enjoy watching these. Thank you. This is great. Oh, it's nice to know. I was kind of worried that I'd left for so long, everyone forgotten about me. No, this is good. I've got maybe another hour or so on this stream, but I'm gonna try and do more. I'd love to do it more than once a week as well, so I'm gonna try and find the time to do that. Just a lot was going on. Has been going on at home. I've got lots of client work. I did mention this at the start of the stream, but just letting everyone who's in now know that it's been very busy 2 months or so for me. So until my apps start making lots of money and I get lots of viewers on YouTube where I could do this full time, it's going to be, you know, I'll do it consistently for a couple of months, then I might have a month or two off when it gets busy. So okay, so if let's star sign, we're pulling this from the cloud storage. Get horoscope 4, and that's this one here, this function, which is kind of weird. Why did I put that there? Did I have some sort of plan to I mean, it doesn't make much sense to have the a whole function just for this. I'm doing it anyway. I'll just leave it. Maybe past self will come back and remind me. Okay, so we've got the cloud storage stuff done. We've got app storage. We've got one more. We've got one more we've got to deal with. Okay, import. This is so easy. I'm not even going to know if this works because I'm not going to test it on a separate device for a while. So if it doesn't work, I would suggest checking it out. It's like it's easy. It's just like a drop-in replacement for app storage. I guess, except you can't use enums, right? So if that's something you're into, like I just had to check a box in here, right? The iCloud section. I had to add that there, and now I've got key value store that's synced up across devices. How cool is that? About 10 minutes behind, but Tone, you should. Stone. I should try what? Are you talking about an app with the design and stuff? Did I talk about that about 10 minutes ago? I'm gonna look this up. Give me 1 second. Am I gonna regret this? I'm doing this on my phone. Yeah. Oh, okay. Got it. The tone for the... That is such a good one. Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's do it now. Let's do it right now. Give me a sec. I'll get this thing compiling and then I'll do it. Hang on a second. I'm going to keep one thing in my head at a time. It's really hard being a programmer. Okay, so star sign, constellation. Okay, so this isn't going to work. So we need to convert this. Ooh, okay. So the dashboard has this background image, which is the constellation that you've chosen. I could probably just comment this out. We probably don't need that. It doesn't really matter, right? Like if I rerun this, it should be fine. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, okay. So because we haven't got any of that stuff stored now, so this is a good example of why you want to do the iCloud stuff as soon as possible. Because if you add it in, if you make all these changes, the cloud storage that we've got in here, and then you just ship the app, when they download it, all that stuff's going to be wiped. You have to go through and do the manual migration yourself, and that's annoying. So you may as well just do this from the very beginning, right? Even if you maybe don't think you're going to use it, do the cloud storage stuff. It's pretty important. Okay, so let's just go with this. We'll go chill for now. Okay, so everything's compiling. It's working. Let's go do the stoner stuff. Okay, let's do that now. Where we got the GPT tone. Here we go. Okay, so I want to get rid of obnoxious and I want to remove formal. If we got 2 words, we have to add, because we're doing the prompt, we need to do. Or about like super kind or something. For one. I really wanted to get like one that was like really hippie. That was just way out there, right? Oh, I do have another one as well. Okay, hang on. Let's get rid of... We need to have a normal one in there. I'll think about that in a minute. I don't want to do formal anymore. I'll have a normal one. We'll keep formal. So the other one was... Okay. Excessive profanity, super kind. What's the context of this? So if we go here, just work out what the context is when we do a friendly. No, let's go formal to be the default. Okay, we got our model. Okay, that's the test text. So with a Okay, so this is the context with a something tone. So with a super kind tone, with a excessive profanity tone, then we go with a what's a good way to put this in the prompt? It'd be I might have to change the prompt because I feel like with a something tone just doesn't really lend to much description, right? So like what would be great is if we had like the GPT insert, we'll call it that, for example. We go string, and then we'll just do like a switch here, and then we go self. And then here we could just return like a full-on sentence, right? Whereas this is like the display text that we show the user in this UI, right? Like this drop down, what we could do is, so if I say stoner, I don't think I need to put extra text in there for that. So we say stoner, and then maybe I'm never going to get to the core data stuff. I was supposed to do it last stream months ago, and now like we could just keep playing around. So if I go, I want to pass. Oh, I think this is the text I want to pass through. So GPT insert. So if we go tone raw value, we go GPT insert up here in our prompt. I've used paranoid, stoner, cheech as keywords. Oh, cheech. He has a very particular way of speaking. I wonder if it would be too much. I think maybe like generic stoner would be better. Excessive profanity. Okay, so if we get rid of this with, and then we say tone, and then we can put the word tone in these if we need to, right? So we can say with, and excessively let's just go profanity and I want to also add so we can do that, yeah. So we can go, let's close this down. So I don't think we need to have that open anymore. So with excessive profanity and an offensive tone. So stoner would be, oh, okay, hang on a sec. I think we do need that open again. Because what I want to post in here is as told by, or something like that, right? Paranoid's a good one. I just want to add one more before I forget it. What was it called again? What was I going to write? Conspiracy theorist. These will be fun ones to try. I like the paranoid one too. It's not going to get shipped in there, but let's do it. This is the hardest part, actually, coming up with like text for these prompts. All right, let's add the rest of these. Let's combine these two with the paranoid tone. Theorist. Theo. Oh. Is that how you spell theorist? with the super high stoner, and then we go super kind would be like with the nicest compliments from a nurturing friend, something like that. We don't care about these ones. These ones are gonna be fun. With a formal tone. All right. So if we run this, we get failed. So we're missing. Oh yeah. So let's set a default. So let's just go formal for that. All the defaults will be formal. I think that's safe. Okay. So let's go with stoner. And we go okay. And we've got Virgo. I think we've just picked. So if we go daily horoscope, this is gonna take a while, right? We're gonna sit here for a bit and wait for this to be generated because I still haven't set a limit on what can be generated. I just want like 2 paragraphs maybe. I think that'll be the good money's worth. And then at some point in the future, we want to do widgets, right? So that we can and then so we can just have like small little affirmations or something. Okay, here we go. You can read this. I'm not going to read it out because I don't know what's in there. Oh, let me move this across a little bit. There we go. This is pretty good. Excessive use of the word dude and man. All right, so let's try another one. We'll do the conspiracy one, and then I'll get back to doing core data stuff. Whoop, SwiftData. Okay, so we'll wait for the next one. Yeah, I'll probably be on for another hour. I think. Let's see how much of this we can get finished. Cool. This is pretty good. Yeah, cool. I'm quite happy with those. I think that's good. We can keep the stoner one in there for now. We'll see how we go. I might have to rename it to something else. Like it just depends what with Apple will reject it or not, but they probably won't. Okay, so we've got these. If we run it again, I just want to double check, make sure that it's not just launching that. Yeah, cool. So all our cloud storage stuff is working because remember the first time we implemented this, we had this screen launch. Whoa, that would have been loud. And so now it's all there and it's saved, and we've got conspiracy theorists still selected. So the cloud storage stuff works really, really well. And I don't think. I just want to do one more shout out. That's all. The person who made this, which is really, really cool. So this is cloud storage non-strict-HQ on GitHub. Non-strict-HQ. So go check that out. Drop this into your project. I don't know if it's going to actually sync across devices, but it's behaving exactly the same as app storage right now. So it's good enough for me. All right. So the next step, after we've got these keys in there, what we want to do is work on the core data side of it. So when a hang on a sec. When we open up this here, we get a result from. You can test iCloud syncing out across simulators. Oh, can you? I have to log in though, right? Like I have to have a sandbox login. Is that correct? I think I've got one for one of my other apps I could probably use. I won't test it now. We can test it another day. Let me let's leave another little note. You need to be logged into iCloud though. Yeah, okay, so let me grab, where are we? Where's all my notes again? Star sign info view. This is it here. So yeah, affirmation widget. Let's go, let's just give me a test. So test iCloud key value storage. So this is stuff I might do off camera, right? Like that, I don't think it's stuff that people need to sit through and have a look and watch, right? Get the general gist of it. I am interested to see how the initial load of the app works with key value storage. Like, will it wait for those things to be loaded in, or is it just going to pop open this screen immediately and then fill out? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to have like a loading screen when the app first launches so that it can have time to fetch everything from iCloud. Or maybe it just syncs that to the device itself, to the OS, and not to the app. And it'll just be there. Okay. So we need to content view. Yes. Okay, so the idea is that, let me close these. We have this, our model. So I need to store this to SwiftData. Okay, so let's copy some of this stuff across. I think because this is on the content view, I'm making it. I haven't worked with this before, right? So I've watched a couple of the videos from Apple on this, but I've completely forgotten how it all works. I assume it's similar to how core data works with SwiftUI anyway, like the way that they made it work over the last couple of years. I think for iOS 15 or something like that. So if we've run into anything, I'll figure it out. So we've got to go to, so we've got content view. Our entry point to the app is actually this dashboard view. So I wonder if we could just throw it on here. SwiftData, and then we just start using this. We've got, bring out some room over there. Okay, so we've got this environment, which is this model context. So if we pass that through, and then we got a query for that. Okay, so we don't need to do a query. Oh, this is really simple. Is this all we need? Just these two lines of code? Okay, delete items, model context, delete items. No, it can't be that easy. It can't be that easy. Then I don't really need that in the dashboard view. I just need to put it where it needs to be, right? This is the view based though, so to do this in the model that we have is going to be a little bit tricky. So I think what I need to do is when so we go to the daily horoscope view, you got the model here. When it updates, we pull in the information here, and then we are reading it there, current horoscope text. So what I would really probably want to do is, you know, I've been telling everyone to stop doing this whole model sort of stuff, like what from the very beginning. Oh, I'm messing up my words. So when SwiftUI first came out, this was like the way to do things. You would actually mark this as like a observable a state object or something like that. Now we don't need to because we've got this observable keyword, I guess. But I've been quite a big proponent of not having these anymore, like doing this in the view itself, like have a function in here that does that takes care of all this. Because the benefit of that is you get access to the property wrappers, which you don't get in your model. And so you're kind of like fighting with this system. So if I wanted to store this stuff in SwiftData, I think there might be a really easy API for it. I'm just going to assume that there isn't right now, right? You need to do it via, the view. To store stuff into core data, you need to do it through the view. So in order to get your model to talk to this, you have to do like a callback of some sort. So so we got the task await here. So when this is completed, I could store it here, right? Like store the value that is now current horoscope text. So after this await, we should probably do an error checking and stuff like that. But then here we would current horoscope text and save this. All right, so we could do that. The other option is I copy all of this code. It's only one function. It's quite small, and I could put that in the view, and then the view can call it on itself. And then at the end of this, we can do the core data stuff, and it will have access to the property wrappers. So that's my preferred way of doing things these days, and that only changed maybe a couple of weeks ago. Give it a try though. So to just like recap on that, the next little project you build, try to avoid using these model objects. Don't do the MVVM thing. Just try and do everything in the view. Like over here, the folder structure, usually like what people will do, they'll have like model view controller in SwiftUI would just be like model and views and stuff. You got them separated. I love the idea that you could have the entire thing just basically views, and then you've got simple model objects like this, and that's it, right? You don't have any of these sort of I'm going to almost call this a bit of a controller in a sense, I guess, because they can do a lot in the background. I reckon you just throw that stuff into a view. I don't know, could be wrong, but I haven't had any issues with it since, and I haven't been fighting SwiftUI by doing that. So in this case, I think we're safe. I can just grab this directly. VM architecture, yeah, it's just the view model. Everything's all in the one. But because we've got this nice little clean setup here, what I'll do is I'll just save it directly. So we've got model context. I need to create some objects that can be saved though. So all right, how do we do this? Let me just do a little search. Actually, I think we have an example on the content view, don't we? So item. Yes. Where is item though? Let's see. It'll tell us what we've done wrong. So if we've got the model context here, I'll do a little query as well. Right. So we want a query, and maybe we just create a different type for this just for now. If I can reuse these, I might try and do that. But it's complicated to unwrap that, so we might not. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just create a struct, and we'll just call this daily horoscope. Does that exist? Am I gonna get in trouble for that? No, doesn't exist. Okay, so, and the horoscope will have date, which will be date objects, and then we'll just say message, and that'll be the string. And so up here, what we could do is let horoscope equal daily horoscope. So the date, we'll just go now. and then the message will be model current horoscope text. If this fails, like if we get an error back, this is what's going to get stored there. That's gonna be a bit annoying. That's okay. We just want to see if we can get this working, right? So we've set up the horoscope, and then what we need to do is put that up here. Oh, we need... Can you do a query based on... You sure you can. You do the query based on date. Yeah, okay, so what we want is... query. We can pass through a descriptor. So this will be a filter. It's a predicate. What I want to do is I want to filter by day, like not time or date. I want to be like, use the calendar object to get the day itself, the start of the day. So do we have access to that? Does date have... No, we don't have like a something on there. We can quickly get the beginning. We can make an extension for this, but let's not do that. I'm trying to think of like a nice clean way of doing this. So what we could do is we can fetch them all, get the last in the like sort them, get the last in the list. If that date falls on this date, and we have to do that on a peer. Oh, I mean, we can try it, right? Let's just give that a go. Can we make it optional? Oh, okay, so what have we got here? Element is not a member of type struct. I think I need to make my object conform to something. This will take me 2 seconds to find this. Oh, yeah, easy. Is that it? What's the issue now? What do we got? Element is not a member of type. Okay, set value cannot be used on type any. I think an initializer to be provided for daily horoscope. Okay. What do we got now? Does not conform. Okay, so what else do we need to add? So we got date, we got string. Don't have to do anything weird with those. Oh, okay. Do we need to do anything here? Should be unique. Oh, it's a class too. Okay. So that might be the problem. Still having issues here. What have I done? There's things like model containers I'm reading. Model context, yeah, so that's our environment. If I go back here to content view, is there anything I'm missing in the on appear? No setup. Okay. I'll have to Google that error. Let me do that real quick. Oh, nothing helps with that. Okay. Interesting. What am I doing wrong? Anyone got any ideas? I've marked it with model. Creating it down here. But I cannot query. Oh, this kind of makes sense because you need to do. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that's so stupid. Which one is it going to get? Put the single one up there. Well, it doesn't know what it's supposed to get. It gets all of them. Yeah, that's so dumb. I'm an idiot. All right, I got it. Okay, so can this be a struct though? Because I like that. I like using those. Oh, no. It has to be a class. That's okay. All right, so we've got the message. We've got all this set up here. What we can do now is do the context, and we can go save. Oh, insert horoscope. I don't think I've spelled that correctly. And then model context dot save, and that throws. So we can just go, because we don't care too much about it. It should work fine. Okay, and so what we want to do is when the this screen loads, like if so on appear we're doing like get horoscope, but what we want to do is only do that if it hasn't already been fetched for today. If that one doesn't already exist. So this is going to be really easy. So even if the user changes like the tone or the date and stuff of their birth in the settings, if one of these has been generated and saved for today, we do not fetch another one. We'll just display the most recent. So what I need to do is, how do we do this? I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna try to do this off the top of my head. Current, and then what we want to do is start of day for date, which would be. Then we can say like if the start of day is today. Oh, hang on. I think there might actually be a is date in today. Oh, this is easy. Okay, so that's cool. All right, so what we need to do is grab the last. Are these sorted by? Can we sort our query? Query. Oh. All right, let's just not. Okay, so if we go. I don't know if these are sorted by their insertion, like which way they go. So let's just go. The latest is horoscope. We got to put an S on the end of that because that's gonna bug me. Horoscopes, and then what we'll do is we'll filter. I wonder if today. No, we'll go first where is date in today, and we'll just go date. I think think that's good. So we go if let, and then what we can do is we can go model current horoscope text equals latest, and then we'll just set it on the model itself. Otherwise, we'll get a new one. Oh, we also need to make sure that we actually have the star sign set, which this should always evaluate to true. I don't think you can get to this screen. What we could do, instead of pulling this from the cloud storage, we could pull it from the screen beforehand and then force the dashboard to pass this through. And then we won't have the optional, then we won't have to do this little unwrap thing, but I think we should be fine. Doesn't really matter. Like, that's an extra 2 lines of code. I mean, I can just put it on a single line if it bothers me that much, right? Cleaning things up. Okay, so we'll go with this, and then I think we're good to give this a run. I'm a little bit worried about giving it a run because I don't want to like store something and then have to, you know, I will shut down the stream and then wait till tomorrow to test it. See if that side of it works. So, okay, so this is what we're going to do during our test. I'm going to run it. We're going to get a prompt. We're going to get the horoscope generated, because the first time we do this, there should be nothing there. And then we'll close the app, reopen it, go to the horoscope screen, and we should, it should generate nothing. It should just populate it immediately. Oh, this is so good because we don't actually have to, because this is the source of truth now, all this, I don't have to like link this to other screens or anything like that. So what I can do is in the background at midnight every day, I can run this get horoscope code. Like I can have like a notification run that wakes up the app that gets that. And then that way, when they wake up at like 6 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever it is, they just open the app and the horoscope is there. I could probably push them a notification, like a quiet one, not one that's going to make noise, so that when they do wake up, they see it on their phone, on their lock screen, and it's just got like, hey, your daily thing is ready. They tap on that notification and it just takes you straight into the app, and it's already loaded. You have to sit there and wait like 30 seconds like we have to. Does this look all right? No one thinks there's anything wrong with this, right? So this should be fine. So what we're doing is we're saving it. To really test this properly, what would be really good is if we had like another screen, which is like the history. So what I might do is just leave myself a note again for that. So on this, I should probably actually create another file for these. So we want like, yeah, horoscope history view. So we can just go through and they can read them and they can show their friends and they can like share them. And what I want to do is like, well, I think I mentioned this in the previous stream, but what I want to do is when you share the horoscopes, it's not just like a block of text. It has like a nice background, nice font, imagery, and you can share that with, when you share that with your friends, like on Instagram and stuff, it's got like the date and that in it, like, and it's got like the symbol for the star sign. I really want to like make it look really, really nice for like exporting out of the app. I think apps like this can be really, really social. So, you know, like they say something bad, it's like, oh, you know, the Astro kind of really called me out today or something. That'd be really, really, really cool. Okay, let's give this a run and see how we go. If this works, then I've done this within an hour, right? How long have I been streaming for? Okay, so daily horoscope, error synchronized. Okay, so what we need to do is, no, this should be fine. It'll still save it. It just won't go to iCloud because we are not logged in. That's what that error is that you see there. We need to be logged in, but it's still saved to device, so we should be okay. Okay, daily horoscope. Let's go in. Okay, so this is working correctly so far. We are loading in the first one for today. And actually, we should be able to just go back a screen and then forward, and it should populate immediately if we did this right. I think if I was doing this off camera, I'd be setting breakpoints right now just to step through and make sure, like, for sanity check. But I don't want to hold it up. Come on. Oh, we don't have a container. That's not the end of the world. We can make this work. All right. Yeah, okay. And I think if we hit play, yeah, that's a full proper crash. All right, let's stop. So we've got so we haven't got a container. So I've missed a step. This is mentioned in this article I was having a look at. So you need to initialize. So if the content view, so there's no container initialization here. Model container item self in memory true. Is that it there? That's this. What we got over here? Model container item self. So here we go again. So this is, I commented this out because this was part of the template. Oh, we've got SwiftData there already. So hold up. So if I change this to daily horoscope. So wait, you have to do this model container for every single one, like every type that you have. You just have to keep adding these in. I'm really just winging it here. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, so the in-memory thing is from core data. I remember this. And the boilerplate for that for SwiftUI was massive. I remember that. We had like heaps of stuff you had to do for the persistent storage, persistence containers and stuff like that. And we had the in-memory thing because when you wanted to make it work with previews, you didn't actually want to save the data. You just wanted it to be in memory so that when you reload the sim or the app, memory gets wiped and then you sort of start again. So it sets the model container in this scene to storing the provided model type, creating a new container if necessary. And also sets a model context for that container in the scene's environment. Okay, so sorry, let's just run that again. Let's go again. I know it takes a while to generate these. I will fix that at some point. Speed these up. I guess it won't matter how long this takes once I start generating these while the device is locked. But, you know, on first launch of the app, you're going to want to play around with it and get your daily horoscope without waiting around. See what I can do to speed it up. There might be some API stuff I can do, like use a not so good model. All right, what do we got? So we haven't got the container again. The container's no good. All right, let me just do a search for this. Oh, I've got an itchy eye. All right, so on the developer forums, let's have a look. Right, set the model container. They're having trouble as well, trying to isolate the mistakes that they had. And so you got to initialize it before passing it through. So someone's given a solution, it's got the check mark of approval, and then there's a comment that's like, this solution no longer works for me in Xcode 15 beta 5. Someone else saying they had the same issue when the model is created, the app crashes as it can't find an available CloudKit container. If you have CloudKit enabled, it requires all properties to be optional. Making all properties and relationships optional fixed the issue for me. Could you show the file where the model container was set up? That would help find the issue. Let's get going. I'll just drag this out so we can read it together. It's just I got lots of other tabs open for like work that I'm currently doing, and I can't really show much of it on stream. Found that it works in simulator but not on iPhone. Or the preview. Come on, here's another answer. Oh no. That's the same one. I don't know, maybe I forgot to do that. Let's open this and we'll just create the container here. Just copy that code and we'll give that a go. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Oh, okay, we got to do it this way. And we go over the init. Nope. That's not the one. We've got do model container equals try. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be completely lost. And we'll just go catch and drop that in there. And then down here, we'll just pass through the actual, oh, is there different? Huh. Okay, let's try again. Oh, we got an error immediately. So why can we not initialize this? So, all attributes are optional or have a default value set. The following attributes are marked non-optional but do not have a default value set. Oh, man. Okay, so on creation... Okay, so if I undo this... because I don't want to have this code here if I don't need to do that, right? And then if we go into daily horoscope view here, where I've got the model. So what we need to do is set these to something, right? So if I set the default value to like now, because the date, what does that mean? Oh, okay. Okay, and the message could be, we make it optional or empty? We'll just make it optional, yeah? Oh, that kind of, if it ever gets to the point where like the message doesn't actually work, or it's nil, like okay, so what I might do is do a checkup here as well, right? So like if, yeah, and then we'll go let message latest dot message. So okay, here we go. Because the message is going to be optional, it's unlikely that it's going to be nil, right? But in the case that it is, I don't want the person to not get their horoscope. I don't want to just be like blank on that screen when they open it, when they find an object with the date but no message associated with it. So I think it's important to do a check on that as well. And it was only a little bit of extra code, right? So I think that's okay. And then what this means is if we have one that was today, that's in storage somewhere, that was given to the user today, and it has a message associated with it, we will show that. But if any of these fail, like if this message is nil, or we can't find one for today, we'll generate another one. So if if something happens where for some weird reason they don't get a message, they'll get a new horoscope generated when they go to this screen. I think that's okay. I think we're gonna run this again. We'll do it one more time. And then if this doesn't work, I'll try re-adding the other code back in to to the app's entry point. Yeah, I should really shorten this up, even just for testing, right? I should just say, give me one paragraph, and then change the prompt later. Because the prompt does still need work, I think. They get a bit samey after a while. So I don't know. I guess most readings like this are pretty samey though. If you get a bunch of magazines or something, you read them all, they all sound similar. Okay, so failed to find the currently active container for daily horoscope. Okay, so let's go back here and re-add this, and then I'll put this in here. Model container. Let's give this a go. Should get an error immediately. Does not support unique constraints. Well, I guess the date doesn't need to be unique anymore, does it? I'm not going to use that as an ID. I don't think I really care too much about uniqueness for these. Do I? No. Let's give this another run. Okay, so it's running. What do we got here? Failed to recover error. Kodeco error domain. No account for iCloud. All these other warnings. Unable to initialize without an iCloud account. We should be okay. Core data will save it to the device anyway. Oh, come on. Okay, so we've got this text. If we leave, then we come back in, it's there. Okay. Oh, we did it. It works. Okay, so this is all saved. Now, if we go back, we jump in, and to just to prove it, we'll reload the app completely. Go in here, and our daily horoscope is there. Oh, excellent. Okay, so what I want to do real quick before we move on is I want to remove this and see if we can get away with that. I don't know how any of this works, but let's just say for because it needs to construct it for you. I shouldn't have to construct it. It should do it for you as per the documentation. And it's all there. Beautiful. All right. Oh, saving could be different, but it's reading from it fine. So let's just leave it as is. I'm super happy with that. That's so cool. So, oh, give me one sec. I'm getting some messages. Okay, so what we need to do obviously is put the date up here, the symbol, I guess, for the star sign, things like that. But I think like it's already, I've got about 40 minutes. I've really only got like 20 minutes left before I go jump off the stream, but I might not continue on. I don't know what we can get done in 20 minutes. We could, you know what? Let's customize it. Let's do it. We can move these out into their own file. I'll do that off stream. That doesn't matter. Okay, so we've got our daily horoscope view. If we pop open the canvas so we can take a look at this, we'll do a little run here. It will probably break because we don't have the container. What is it called again? Model container. And then what we want to do is daily horoscope self and then in memory true. I think that is correct. Oh, actually, let's stop building. We just want this to run. Okay, this will take a little bit as well, but that's okay. In the meantime, am I fully in frame here? Just making sure. Yeah. Cool. All right. Oh yeah, so we've got the example stuff up here. So that's cool. Okay, so what I want to do is make some changes. So we've got, this is inside a navigation view, navigation stack. So we are getting this title and stuff. Let's put this down the bottom. Yeah, let's put that down there, out of the way. So you won't see that on this screen unless I wrap this. Oh, I could do that. I can do that. That'll give us a better representation of what's going on here, right? Yeah, cool. The only thing we're missing is like the back button, I suppose. I mean, if we really wanted to, I could put one in there, but this is good enough. Because we got this behavior with this top, the navigation, I wonder if... I'm going to need to get a designer to help me with this, I think. Because what I'm thinking right now is to do like a toolbar, and then we go content. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Anyone know how to avoid that? I'll keep going into removing those parentheses. Okay, so the toolbar, what I wanted to have in the top right is the date. So like if we had text, oh no, we need to go toolbar item, and we can go placement, and we can go top bar trailing, and then the content. Will be text, and we'll set the date, which is, I guess it would be, does it need to be the date of the horoscope? No, because I won't, if I was reusing this view, I'd pick the date that's from the horoscope that's being shown. If I was going to reuse it, for example, like when I do want to do the history view, I might want to, like, you tap on a row to view the horoscope for a day, like a month ago. It will present this screen, and then we'll have to show the date from then. But I think I'll do a different design for that one. So I think it was safe to just go with the regular. Ooh. Yeah, we need to do date formatter here, I think. No, wait. Now, formatted. Default formatted date time. Oh, excellent. Oh, this is easy. Let's try abbreviate it, and we'll say omitted. So we've got the date up top, September 12th, 2023. Do we need the year? If we got abbreviated, if we go numeric. I don't like the look of that, you know, I don't like the styling of just the numbers. Just have none. Oh, wow. If you omit both of them, we get all of the... Oh, that's interesting. If we scroll up... Oh, okay. I would like the day, the name of the day. Not so, you know, like Tuesday, September, or Tuesday the 12th of September, not the year. I don't want the year on there. Yeah, it would be really good to be able to go like Tuesday the 12th of September. Who cares about the year? Can I do that with can we do a custom? Can we? I'm really trying to avoid having like a date formatter here. I'm trying to. This is funny. Abbreviated, condensed, abbreviated. What's the freaking difference between those? All right, hang on a sec. We have this? All right, let's not deal with that. Okay. Sorry, this is just the trial and error stuff that I go through. What does URL do? I'm just wasting time, really. Okay, so that one's not working. All right. I guess. There's got to be a string I can pass through for the format. No. Okay, it's giving me code completion options that don't exist, that shouldn't exist on here. So I don't think this is going to work. I was hoping that we could pass through like date time. Okay, so it needs to be of type format style. Just format style, not the date style. Date components, format style. And this one won't work either, will it? No. All right. All right. Could have saved me a lot of time if I just did this properly. Oh, I know too with the text you can pass through a formatter here as well. So we could do this. So we can go date now. And then we can pass through this date formatter. And I think I need to make a var here so that I can actually change this. And then I'll just go date formatter dot date format, and then we pass through this. I think that's what's going to work. Let's come down back. Where have I gone? Just do a little bit of cleanup here. Okay. Oh, okay. If I just turn this here. All right. We'll do it this way. Okay, let's do a rerun of this, see what we get. We've got nothing in there, so that should be blank, excuse me. So if I just change this like day, two of these, we got 12th, so that's today's date. So what we need is it, what is it? Is it, oh, what is it? What is the day with just a couple of, I might have to look this up. Still looking. Nope, we need there's a whole website dedicated to it. It's still up, and it's dateformatter.com. Oh, it's E. It's E. Okay, so we want the 12th of September. So that's what we want. This is what I'm going for. Tuesday, 12th of September. And can we get the little THND things on there? That's probably not something that's possible, right? That's okay. Let's throw a comma in here. How many other? Put 3. We've got full. I think 2 is good. Wow, it took that long just for that. E or E? Oh yeah, thanks. What does a lowercase e do? Oh, it's the second day of the week, I guess. The second day of the week. Monday being the first. I guess it depends on your calendar you've got set up. That's pretty cool. Okay. Never mutated. Well, I think setting that is mutating, but anyway, there we go. So I think we're good on that. So we've got the date there, I think, but what I really want to do is change the font here. So I want to make this like a bold, and then I don't know, maybe. So what do we do for the button, right? On the on the onboarding screen here. So we've got the continue button. Rounded. We've got this rounded font. That's kind of what I want to go for. Why are you using the new iOS 15, 16 format styles? Are you talking about what I was just trying to do before that I failed miserably at? I'm looking this up. You got a link you can send me for that? Because if it's better than what I'm doing now, because this is how I've always done it. So if there's a better way of doing it, I'll absolutely do it. I mean, I tried to, but I couldn't find anything that looked kind of like what I was after. We go title. No, title 3. Yeah, I like that rounded text. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Yeah, that's okay. That kind of works. This screen needs a lot of work because it's what people are going to be going to most of the time. So I really want to push this down a bit, put the nice big symbol at the top. Let's do that right now. And if I go to the star sign view, I can copy the code that I've got there for that. So instead of the star field, we've got star sign view here. We jump into here and we've got the symbol. Okay. Oops. Oh, what did I do that for? All right. I'm in the right spot. Okay, so we've got star sign does not have a symbol, so we need to I will fix this later. Yeah, that's cool. So something like that. I'll have to throw this in the scroll view. Let me check messages again. Yeah, you gotta let me know about the new 15, 16 format styles. I'll check that out for sure. And we might remove that navigation title now because I kind of like the idea of customizing that myself. So, oh, okay, something happened. We got to crash that. Oh, because we haven't got a star sign. That's okay. We got one here. Yeah, I kind of like this. This is a little bit better as far as design goes. A lot of padding around that. Maybe the date can go under there instead. So let's just quickly do that. This is the kind of stuff that's like better off me doing off the stream. You know, it's just little fiddly things that I think most people would find kind of boring. The interesting stuff is kind of over, really, like the SwiftData stuff. Here we go. So if we throw that down there. Yeah, I think I prefer that. That's better. And then we can make this larger. Yeah, so we can go to... And I quite like the glow on the symbol there. You know, what's really cool with using these two is we can just like pretty much put them anywhere you can put text. So we can do some interesting stuff with that. Yeah, do we want it at the top or at the bottom? I don't know. Let me, I'm going to just do a little bit of a search on what you're talking about with this date formatter stuff. You know what? I might have to, I'm just thinking now, because this is going to be like a global app, it probably makes more sense to not force this. Right? So like, yeah, I think I need to change this. Instead of abbreviated, we'll just go with a long one, and then we'll give it a run. I have to run it in the sim now because I haven't got the preview set up for this screen. It's broken now. September 12th, 2023. I think if we go even complete, do the complete one. That will clean things up a bit, and then at least when it changes languages and like regions and stuff, most people are gonna, they'll be like, okay. It will make sense to them, because I know for some countries it's probably flipped around the wrong way. You might not even have the year or whatever it might be. I don't know. So let's remove that. I won't force that onto people. That we use like what Apple thinks is best for that. And I'm okay with the look of this, right? Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. I'm okay with that. One last thing I'll do is I'll change the foreground style to the accent color. We'll just take a look at the date like that, and then I think that'll be it, because I gotta get going. Yeah, I think with the correct spacing this can look better, but I think I'm good. Like, I don't know, it's coming along. I'll commit this code and push it. Once again, it's not going to be available on GitHub though. You have to try and like steal the code from watching the streams, because I will ship it. I don't want someone coming along who just randomly discovers it or shares it and just heaps of people make copies of it. That'll be annoying. I think if you're going to make a copy of it, you should put a little bit of work into it to change it up a bit. Next time, what are we going to do next time? So we've got the core data stuff working. I think what I want to do next time is notifications. And I think that'd be great to have on a stream, right? Like notifications that run, you know, like a minute past midnight or maybe even 1 a.m. every morning, that will fetch the new daily horoscope. I think that'd be great. Great content. And then we'd maybe do a history. Dashboard's probably going to be like the last thing I'll work on. The daily affirmations is another thing. And then I need to work out how I'm going to do monetization. So I want to, the original plan was to have like my own server that will fetch a more generic type daily horoscope stuff, just something that I can give to the user for free. So I fetch it once on my server, store it there, and then, you know, 1,000 people can be using the app, and then it just pulls from there, from my server. I'm not paying GPT, you know, fees. So I still haven't completely worked out what I'm going to do as far as monetization goes. I know that each time this loads, though, it does cost money. Or I make this free, but then make another feature really, really compelling that's you got to pay for. I don't know. I also want to do like tarot and stuff. So you like your daily tarot card again, which would be different. We'll have the moon phases and stuff. That'll be free. Maybe the moon phases could be free. The daily horoscope. Maybe you get a weekly horoscope that's free, but then like daily is paid for. And I'll have to keep an eye on the costs then. So like if I get like one person paying a subscription, it's not going to cover 1,000 people that are just getting the weekly horoscopes. Something to think about. I can always try it and add and remove features as we go. So, or can't really because, okay, I know I'm rambling now because we're coming to the end of this whole thing. But now that I'm thinking about that, you can't add and remove features because if someone has an older version of the app that's using like, that doesn't have the blocks in place, they can just not update the app, I guess. Okay, it's going to be small enough when it launches that it's not even going to be that much of a problem, I hope. So anyway, but yeah, next stream we'll talk about going through like doing the in-app the notifications. And then the one after that, or if I get to it, we'll do the daily affirmation because what I want to do is widgets with that one. I want to do widgets with the daily affirmations. And I think we're pretty much done, right? My GPT Zodiac is costing about 10 for 12 a day. That's expensive, right? Shouldn't you be able to get like thousands for 10 pounds? 12 readings. That's per person? I don't know. I'll have to check out your channel because I see you got that in the title of your name as well. I'm assuming that you discovered mine just by based on searching for that sort of stuff. G3. Okay. How much text? You're generating heaps of text, like the similar amount, I guess. Oh no, I'll have a look into it. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks everybody for joining. I got to get onto another job after this, so I'm gonna do that. I'll try and come back again later in the week. If not, probably same time next week. So we'll see how we go. I'll try and make this the new habit moving forward because I've got some of the work that I was doing, the client stuff has stopped now. I've finished up those projects, so I have a tiny bit more time. But I'm also looking for another place to move to, so that's gonna take up a bit extra time as well. Yeah, thanks. I've got a Discord if anyone's interested in jumping on that, so that link for that should be in the description. I am on Twitter, just my full name, Beau Nouvelle. I do write articles for Kodeco, so you can go check out them. That's pretty good. Looking forward to seeing your streams more regularly. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy them. I'm out. See you later.